and welcome to the Ask Steph show. Today's topic is how to perfect your posture. Posture is a topic that I cover pretty much every day at work as a physical therapist because many patients come in complaining of neck pain or back pain, and oftentimes it's due to their posture. Your posture and the way you sit at the desk and use your computer affects the rest of your body. And when you're in that position for a prolonged period of time, especially if it's a bad position, that's going to create pain for you. So let me show you an example. Let's say I'm using the computer like this all day. Well, that's going to promote neck pain because I'm constantly turned to the right. It's going to promote tension up in my upper trap muscles because I'm shrugged and tense here all day. And then it potentially could cause issues with the wrist if I don't have a good setup with my keyboard and my mouse that I'm using. So it's very important to have your desk set up as best possible to eliminate posture being a cause of pain. So the proper setup for your desk is trying to maintain 90-degree angles for most things. So let's start from the bottom at your feet. The angle between your feet, your knees, and then your torso should all be 90 degrees. So that means if you're sitting in a chair that's too tall, it's going to be more than 90 degrees, or a chair that's too short, it'll be less than 90 degrees. So you want to get the correct chair height so that your thighs are parallel to the ground and your feet are resting on a stable surface. For some of you that may be shorter, your feet may be dangling when you get the correct 90-degree angle at your thighs. So in order to have a stable surface under your feet, you're going to have to pull up, a stool or a book or something because you don't want your feet just dangling all day. That's going to create other issues like maybe hamstring or sciatic issues. So get that good 90-degree angle at the thigh and the lower leg, and get a good 90-degree angle at your torso and your thighs. Now on top of that, you want a chair that maybe has some good lumbar support. So your lower back shouldn't be rounded or too arched. It should be just right with a little bit of support in the lower back area to support normal lordotic curvature in your lower back. So if you think about it, if you have a straight chair like I'm sitting in now and I'm working at the computer, I'm going to start slouching and rounding. But if I were to just place a little bit of support in the arch of my lower back, or maybe even just roll up a towel, place that there, automatically supporting that normal lordotic curvature, pushes my pelvis into an anterior pelvic tilt, and it automatically helps me sit up even straighter. So having a good chair with a little bit of lumbar support is another great option for perfecting your posture. Then as you move up, you want another 90-degree angle at your arms. So if the desk is too high, like this, it's going to promote a lot of tension here. And if it's too low, same thing, then it's hard to mimic here, but then you're reaching down all day. So you want a perfect 90-degree angle. This might be a little bit too high for me, but this is just my dining room table. But 90 degrees at the arms, and then the wrists should be in a neutral position. They shouldn't be too flexed or too extended, promoting carpal tunnel syndrome. So a nice neutral position for the keyboard and the mouse. Lastly, moving up to the neck, you want to have everything directly in front of you. So your computer screen, your monitors should all be as in front of you as possible. If you have two monitors, keep them here. You don't want to have to do too much turning throughout the day, because what if you turn and then you're staring at that for several hours? You're going to start getting some neck pain. So try and keep the screen and everything directly in front of you, okay? So overall, just in general, what we call ergonomic tips to improve your posture, those are going to make a huge difference if you are having pain when you're sitting all day at work. I do recommend, if you are having issues, go to HR or your supervisor or someone and ask for an ergonomic screening of your desk setup. A lot of companies are more than willing to help get you, the supplies and the correct setup that you need if that means preventing you from having, days off because of your pain, or, using your sick days because of your pain. So ask them to do this little screening for you. Most of the time they're more than happy to get you a new office chair or mouse, or even some of those sit to stand desks that you can kind of rise up and you can stand up and sit down throughout the day. Those are great because sitting for 8 hours is no fun either. It's just compressing the spine all day. So if you can get up and then kind of move around a little bit, even better. Lastly, when it comes to your posture at work, I always recommend to my patients, set a timer. Set a timer on your phone for maybe every hour that will just go off and be a nice reminder to you to, once again, consciously think about your posture. And when that timer goes off, you'll be reminded, oh yeah, I need to reset my posture, get it as best I can. Or even use that hour timer to do a few stretches. So get up, walk around, do a few neck stretches, back stretches, just kind of open up. And that will really, really make a difference when it comes to feeling better throughout the workday. Let's move on and talk about exercises to help perfect your posture. The goal with the exercises is two things. Number one, stretch the muscles that are inherently tight. Number two, strengthen the muscles that are inherently weak. So when we go back to our desk posture, oftentimes the muscles that are tight are going to be the muscles in your neck, your upper trap muscles, your levator scapulae muscles, and your chest muscles, because we're in this rounded, tensed up position. So in order to stretch those muscles, go onto Google and search how to stretch each of those muscles, or go onto my website, beautifultothecore.com, and search for, in the search box, search for posture, and you'll get an article there that has all the best exercises right in there for you on how to stretch those tight muscles. In addition, you want to strengthen the weak muscles, which is most likely the deep cervical flexors in your neck and the muscles in your upper back that retract the scapula or pull the scapula back. So in order to do that, you're going to do a strengthening program, which can be done at the gym or even home exercises using bands, for example. And you want to just do everything you can to work on strengthening the neck and anything that's going to help strengthen the back. So lat pull downs, rows, that sort of thing. So just remember, when it comes to posture, it's not a quick overnight fix. It's more about just being aware of it, and the more and more you can think about your posture throughout the day, the better it's going to get, the more you think about it. So hopefully that helped you guys, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below and like the video. I also have a YouTube channel, which is Stephanie Beautiful to the Core. And on that channel, you can search for the video, Perfect Your Posture. That's a gym workout that's all about total body perfecting your posture with strengthening exercises.